Mr. Chairman. You know, when I first introduced this legislation in September, you know, we've seen the news reports of protesters declaring war on our police, not just those who cross over the line, but all police. And during the same period, we've seen the anti-police fervor grow, not recede. I'm convinced more than ever that we really do need this House Bill 1538. Our police officers represent the law, and to enforce the law is an enormous responsibility. And we must show that to our men and women in blue the respect that they deserve for having the courage to risk their lives to protect us and our communities. Their job is not only difficult, but it requires split-second decisions that can save the lives of others. I know many of us think of our local police officers as being invincible, and rightly so, because they are truly modern-day heroes. What we need to remember, though, is that these men and women are just humans like you and me. They have families who worry about them and wonder whether they will walk through the front door at the end of the day. They are mothers and fathers, sisters, brothers, sons and daughters, neighbors, friends, and they are fellow Americans. As American citizens, our police are protected by the constitutional right to due process. They do not deserve to have their fate determined by the media or a mob with a political agenda. They and their families have the right to security. We must not expose our law enforcement officials to the exact situations that they try to prevent us from experiencing, such as harassment and violence. House Bill 1538 is designed to fix a broken system that has left our officers and their families in a vulnerable position. This legislation, which has strong bipartisan support, is designed to protect those who protect us. This legislation protects the identity of an officer while he or she is being investigated for discharging a firearm or using the use of force in the line of duty until criminal charges have been brought against the officer. Once the investigation is complete, criminal charges have been filed, and the life of the officer and his family are not in danger, then it is to the discretion of the public official to disclose the officer's information. Some have suggested that this bill gives police rights not available to the general public, but in fact, we commonly protect the identities of crime victims when identifying them places them in harm's way. Today, police have a target on their backs. Delaying the release of their names until the threat is gone is not about special rights. It's about giving them the same measure of safety you would anyone else. Unfortunately, criminals threaten the well-being of our officers every day. Our own public officials shouldn't be the ones handing over our officers' information, which can lead criminals straight to them and their families, where they can take vengeful actions. It's wrong, and now is the time to do something about it. So today, more than ever, our law enforcement officials need to know that we as a Commonwealth stand with them and support them for the noble work that they do. In showing our support for the sacrifices they make on our behalf, we are taking a position that serves to protect them and their families the way that they have always done for us. So I would really appreciate all of your support on this bill, and thank you for your time, Mr. Chairman.